Head tilt. A dog tilting its head to one side is a behavior many owners notice during conversations with their pets. It usually happens when a dog hears a sound or word that catches its attention. The tilt helps the dog adjust the position of its ears so it can locate the direction of the sound more clearly. Dogs rely heavily on hearing to understand their surroundings, and this small movement can help them focus on subtle differences in sound. It may also help the dog read human facial expressions more easily, especially in breeds with long snouts that partially block their forward view. In moments like these, the dog is often trying to piece together what is happening around it. Over time, many dogs learn that humans react warmly to this gesture, which can encourage them to repeat it when they want attention or when they are carefully listening to their owner. Zoomies. Sudden bursts of frantic running around the house or yard are commonly called zoomies. During these moments, a dog may sprint in circles, dash from room to room, or run back and forth with surprising speed. The movement can look chaotic, but it is usually a harmless and natural release of energy. Dogs often experience zoomies when they feel especially excited or playful. It commonly happens after a bath, during active playtime, or in the evening when a dog still has energy left from the day. Puppies and younger dogs show this behavior more frequently because their bodies are full of energy that needs an outlet. In many cases, zoomies last only a short time before the dog suddenly slows down and returns to normal. For dogs living indoors, these quick bursts of running can simply be their way of stretching their legs and releasing built-up excitement. Spinning before lying down. Many dogs walk in small circles before finally settling down to rest. At first glance, it may seem unnecessary, especially when the dog already has a comfortable bed. However, this behavior has deep roots that go back to their wild ancestors. Before domestication, dogs and wolves would circle an area to flatten grass, leaves, or snow to create a more comfortable place to sleep. The motion also helped them check the ground for hidden objects, insects, or anything that could disturb their rest. By circling, they could quickly examine their surroundings and make sure the area felt safe before becoming vulnerable during sleep. Even though modern dogs often sleep indoors on soft surfaces, the instinct to prepare a resting spot remains part of their natural behavior. It is a small reminder of the survival habits that existed long before dogs became human companions. Kicking the ground after pooping. After finishing their business, some dogs begin scratching the ground with their back legs. At first glance, it may look like they are trying to cover their waste, but the action actually serves a different purpose. Dogs have scent glands in their paws, and the scratching motion spreads their scent across the ground. This creates a stronger signal for other dogs that might pass through the same area later. In the wild, scent marking helps animals communicate without ever meeting face to face. By leaving a scent behind, a dog can signal its presence and claim that it has been in that location. The kicking motion also spreads small pieces of dirt and grass into the air, which can help carry the scent even farther. What appears to be random scratching is actually a quiet form of communication in the canine world. Licking people. When a dog licks a person's hands, face, or arms, it is often a sign of affection and social bonding. Puppies begin licking their mothers shortly after birth, and this behavior plays a role in early communication within the litter. As dogs grow older, licking remains a natural way to show trust and connection with members of their social group. It can also be a way for dogs to gather information about the people around them, since their sense of taste and smell are closely connected. The skin carries traces of scent, salt, and other subtle signals that dogs can detect. In some situations, a dog may lick when it feels anxious or is trying to calm itself in a stressful moment. Because of this, licking can express several emotions at once, but it most commonly reflects comfort, curiosity, and a strong attachment to the person the dog trusts. Leaning on people. Some dogs press their bodies gently against their owners while standing or sitting nearby. This leaning behavior is usually a sign that the dog feels safe and comfortable with that person. Dogs are social animals that naturally seek closeness within their group, and physical contact helps strengthen that bond. By leaning, a dog may be quietly asking for reassurance, warmth, or simple companionship. Larger breeds are especially known for this behavior because their size allows them to rest more of their weight against a human companion. In many cases, a dog may lean when it is relaxed and enjoying the moment. At other times, the dog may lean when it feels uncertain about its surroundings and wants to stay close to someone it trusts. Tail chasing. A dog spinning in circles while trying to catch its own tail can look playful and entertaining. For many dogs, especially puppies, This is simply a form of play and curiosity as they become more aware of their own bodies. Young dogs often explore movement and balance through playful actions like this. Tail chasing can also happen when a dog has extra energy and is looking for something to do. If the dog does not have enough physical activity or mental stimulation, it may turn to repetitive play behaviors like spinning in circles. In most situations, the behavior is harmless and short-lived, stopping once the dog becomes distracted or tired. However, if it happens very frequently, it can sometimes indicate boredom or stress that may require more exercise or engagement. Yawning. Dogs yawn for reasons that go beyond simple tiredness. While they may yawn when they are sleepy, dogs also use yawning as a calming signal during moments of stress or confusion. For example, a dog might yawn during a training session, when meeting a new animal, or when sensing tension in the environment. In the language of dogs, yawning can help reduce conflict and communicate peaceful intentions. Other dogs often recognize this signal and respond with their own calming behaviors. In some cases, dogs may even yawn when their owners yawn, a response that researchers believe may be connected to social bonding and emotional awareness. What looks like an ordinary yawn can actually be a quiet way for a dog to manage its emotions. Bringing you random objects. Sometimes a dog will walk up to its owner carrying a toy, a sock, or another household item in its mouth. This behavior is usually connected to a dog's natural instinct to retrieve and share items with members of its group. Certain breeds that were historically trained for retrieving tasks tend to show this behavior more strongly, but many dogs display it in their own way. Bringing objects can be an invitation to play, especially if the dog drops the item nearby and waits for a response. In other moments, the dog may simply want attention or interaction. For some dogs, carrying objects around the house is also a comforting habit that helps them stay occupied and engaged with their environment. Sleeping on your clothes. Dogs sometimes choose to sleep on piles of their owner's clothing rather than on their own bed. The main reason for this behavior is scent. A dog's sense of smell is incredibly powerful, and the familiar scent of its owner can provide a deep sense of comfort and security. Clothing that has been worn carries strong traces of that scent, which makes it an appealing resting place for the dog. When a dog curls up on these items, it may feel as though it is staying close to its human companion, even when the person is not nearby. This behavior often appears in dogs that have formed strong emotional bonds with their owners. In a quiet way, it reflects how much dogs rely on scent and closeness to maintain their sense of safety.